In this next video, we're going to be working across this column at the top. So we've got a data set 18, 23, 14, 16, 18, and 19. And the first thing that we're going to do is find the mean of that data set. And so if you look back, in order to find the mean of a data set, we add up all the values and divide by how many there are. So I'm going to add 18 plus 20 plus 3 plus 14 plus 16 plus 18 plus 19. And I'm going to use a calculator to do that. It's really important that you double check and make sure that you get all your values in here correctly. And so my total here is 108. And then I'm going to divide by how many numbers there are in this data set. In this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data values. So 108 divided by 7 gives us a mean of 15 and 0.42857,143. I'm going to double check 18 plus 20 plus 3 plus 14 plus 16 plus 18 plus 19. Oops. Yep, okay. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data values, so divided by 7. And when I do that, I get 15, and I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth when in doubt. So in this case, I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth. The 2 looks at the 8 tells the 2 to round up. And so I'm going to say that my mean is about, I'm going to make this a little squiggly, about 15 and 43 hundredths. To find the median of a data set, it says that we order numbers least to greatest and find the middle. If there are two middle numbers, then we find their mean. So let's look at this. Let's first order them least to greatest. We've got 3, and then 14, 16, 18 is listed twice, 19, and 20. And so in the median is the middle number. So I'm just going to cross off the outer 2, cross off the next 2, cross off the next 2, and then I get to my middle number. In this case, my median is 18. That's my middle number here. There's only one, so 18 is my middle number. My mode is the number that occurs most often. In this case, 18 occurred twice. And so there's 18. Our range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. So we're going to do 20 minus 3. And our range is 17. And we want to know, sometimes there's an outlier, sometimes there's not. Is there a number that's much bigger or much smaller than the rest? I recognize 3 really sticks out to me. 14, 16, 18, 18, 19, 20. Those are all in the teens. Or just at 20. Those seem all together. 3 seems like a really low number compared to the rest, so I would say that the outlier here is 3. And so which measure of central tendency best represents the data? You can see that because we have a 3, our mean is 15.43, but 15.43 really doesn't represent our data very well because there's only 2 values smaller than 15, and then there are 5 values that are bigger than 15. So you can see how if we have an outlier, the mean is not the best. So we talked about when the data doesn't have numbers that are too high or too low, or it doesn't have outliers. But this one does. So a data set that does have an outlier or outliers, we should use the median. So which measure of central tendency best represents our data in this case? I would say the median because of the outliers, or because of the outlier. Because of the outlier 3. So mean was about 15 and 43 hundredths. Our median was 18. Our mode was 18. Our range was 17. Our outlier was 3. Measure of central tendency are the 3 M's. because of the outlier, I'm going to use and because it's numerical data, I'm going to use the median to represent this data best.